Episode 6.
Episode 600.
600.
What's up?
How we doing?
Good, how are you?
Great.
Good.
Just did a nice little content shoot.
Yep.
Got some good stuff coming. What are you talking about today?
What's been pissing people off on the internet?
Avocados versus Jello.
Avocado, that did piss a lot of people off.
Why did it piss so many people off? What was the...
I really have no clue. I did not expect there to be so much rage in the comment section. People are enraged. Let's talk about that first. If you are angry in the comment section over an avocado, you got other problems.
100%. It's an avocado.
Yeah, and your stress is probably doing way more damage to your health. Like, you're so stressed out over an avocado, you need to relax. That's gonna do way more for you than micronutrients. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm assuming. You sound like you're about to have a heart attack, so relax on that stuff. But yeah, anyway, what we were talking about for people who aren't in the loop was comparing volume of different foods. So avocados are obviously very high fat. Oftentimes people think that because a food is in the health food category, that it can't be overeaten or that it can't contribute to overweight or obesity. But obviously, if it puts you over your calories, it's still gonna make you fat, right? And certain healthy foods, healthy meaning they're very high in micronutrients, they're generally health promoting, they can obviously still put you over your calories, especially if they're very snackable, like something like almonds or walnuts.
Yep.
Super snackable. People eat them out of a bag all the time. Things that you eat out of a bag are also easy to overconsume. They're very high in fats. So sometimes those things are sabotaging people literally because they're labeled as a health food, and so people think it's impossible to overdo it, when in reality it can still very easily put you over your calories. So nuts are an example like that. Avocados are an example like that. Avocados are like a spread, you know? A piece of toast with avocado doesn't feel that much different from just a piece of toast. So you're adding a whole bunch of calories, and you don't feel like you ate that much more food. So that's all we were getting at in the video. But people got mad comparing Jello to avocado.
And we used Jello to compare it, sugar-free Jello, because it's a great low-calorie snack.
Yeah.
People were pissed because it was processed.
Right.
And it had food coloring.
Yeah. And I mean, processed foods are not necessarily the best, but the reason processed foods aren't the best is because most of them are very sweet, they have a lot of sugar, and they've got a lot of fat, and they don't fill you up. Sugar-free Jello is not one of those things. So it's not a bad processed. There's nothing about sugar-free Jello that is like evil. And there's even research on certain beverages like Gatorade Zero, for example, or Coke Zero, Diet Cokes, showing that they sometimes are helpful for weight loss because they help people get, they satisfy the sweet tooth.
Yep.
So instead of having to like go eat candy, they have a 0-calorie drink like a Gatorade, and that way that kind of helps them stay on track without having extra calories or spiking their blood sugar or whatever. So I would say sugar-free Jello is similar to a Gatorade Zero, and it has a little bit of gelatin in it, so it's not super filling obviously, but it feels like a little bit of a snack with basically no calories.
And the biggest thing, it cuts that sweet tooth off, which for a lot of people,
that's a big deal.
It's how your diet ends. You know, you go find some Oreos and you go binge, and you could just eat a Jello cup.
Right.
And some Red 40.
Right.
So, you're gonna die anyways. Red 40's not gonna hurt.
That's true. I don't know the science behind Red 40. It's in basically absolutely everything, though. So anyway, I'm gonna stay neutral on that for now. I'll do the research on it. We might make a video.
It is insane how people get so mad over literally anything we post.
Yeah, unless it's actually good, then nobody gets mad, and then it doesn't get any views. Don't be mad. That's today's dad advice.
Don't be mad.
Don't be mad at YouTube, you guys. Life is too short.
Who takes their time to go to the comments and get pissed?
People who want to die sooner, I guess.
You're not wrong.
What else did people get mad about?
Recently?
Yeah.
Some of our good, bad, good, best hot takes, people hated how you said hydration was overrated.
Oh yeah, I stand by that.
I disagree.
Hydration is ass. No, I'm kidding. Why do you disagree?
Well, I think it's overrated. I think that people are way too gung-ho about this and that in intake.
Yeah.
Drink your water, get it in. It doesn't have to be a big deal. It's overrated in the sense it becomes a big deal to everybody,
Right.
and it doesn't need to be.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know anybody who like their long-term health is going to be substantially improved if they drink an extra bottle of water every day. Because hydration is one of those things that's like pretty intuitive. Your body is really good at telling you when you're thirsty. So then people tend to drink stuff. We're also surrounded by drinks all the time that we want to sip on because they taste good. So we got like Gatorade Zero. We got soda, which also has water in it and does hydrate you. Some people think that because caffeine is in a drink, it doesn't hydrate you. And caffeine, like in its purest form, does dehydrate you a little bit, but when it's paired with water, the water more than cancels that out. So caffeinated drinks also hydrate you. So there's just hardly anybody who is super, super dehydrated and in need of water all the time. And your body lets you know when you are. Also, like most people are not sweating that much. This might not be true for like a roofer or something.
Or like an athlete.
Or an athlete, a wrestler, somebody who's just pouring sweat all the time. But for most people, we're not pouring sweat all the time, and we're drinking plenty of water, and electrolytes are in literally freaking everything. So it's like not that many people are struggling with hydration right now.
And the average person, I feel like, is really lazy, and is probably overhydrated most of the time.
I mean,
or right where they need to be.
If they're sitting at their desk, they're not sweating ever, and they're just sipping on something all day, yeah, they're probably fine.
Yeah.
You know? Electrolytes are the other thing. People think electrolytes are super, like you gotta have electrolytes all the time. Most people have more than enough electrolytes. Really, only if you are a super, super, super sweaty person do you need to worry about electrolytes. Are you in the frame?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I? I can scoot in a little
Scoot
bit.
in a little bit.
There you go. That's better.
But yeah.
Another thing about that, I think that video too, is people were blasting in the comments about, I bet he sells online coaching because he said that the most important thing is a program.
Right. Yeah, first of all, we don't sell online coaching. But I do stand by that. I think that, I don't remember what else we were comparing it to, do you?
Well, it was, in the video you're like having a plan and you're like very underrated, and then you went on a little talk about how if you don't have a plan, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
It might have been a different video, but people didn't like it.
Yeah, that's true. That's coming from a gym owner's perspective, where I see thousands of people come through the gym, and you're always looking around and you're like, oh, that person's wasting their time, that person's wasting their time, that person's wasting their time. And they have good intentions, you know? They paid for their gym membership. They're taking time outside of their home to like go someplace else. They're not spending time with their kids, but they did not put any effort or investment into figuring out what they should be doing once they got to the gym, you know? So I see tons and tons of people wasting their time. I think it's really worth investing in either the education or a coach to make sure that you don't waste literally years in the gym. The other thing that happens is people will go to the gym for a year or 2 years, and they do something dumb the whole time. They either get injured or they waste the whole like 2 years in there, and they're frustrated at their lack of results, and then they lose consistency because they didn't see results very quickly. So I would say like having a plan in that case is going to be super important.
I agree. Also, I think you were comparing it against like training to failure was one of them.
Yeah.
If you're doing some terrible exercises and you're training to failure, you're going to make progress, but you're going to make a lot less if it was optimal.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, train to failure on a dumb exercise, you get injured, probably.
Yep.
Or you get good at something that you didn't mean to get good at.
I'm really good at lat pullovers now.
Really?
But but I'm still weak.
Yeah. I think the functional crew is probably the most guilty of that. When I see people in here like doing somersaults with a PVC pipe or something, and I'm like, bro, they're still weak in 2 years. I've seen people do functional shit for over a year and still be a pencil neck. And it's like, if you had done some of the basic shit, you'd be so much stronger and so much farther.
A pencil neck. Miles, how do you grow your neck?
We did a sick video on this, go check it out.
That was a cool video.
Neck extensions, I mean, I'm not gonna show people how to do it right now, but you can go find the video. But basically, you gotta have a forward neck extension, a backwards neck extension, lateral neck extensions, and if you want to skip all that bullshit, deadlifts, grappling sports, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. If you see any MMA fighter or any wrestler, they've got strong, thick necks, which immediately just makes you a more respectable human being.
I agree.
If you see a guy out in public how are you sizing him up like right off the bat to see if he's a threat or not?
If he's the alpha, like how are you going to show your dominance?
No, not like I don't want to fight this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And it can't be cauliflower ear.
Seeing a random man with cauliflower ear is scary.
Yeah, you're fucked.
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah.
Not something you want to see. Or a big neck. Or like traps.
Big neck and traps is part of it for sure. Yeah.
Or bald. If you're big and bald, I mean, you don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Bald does definitely give you like instant more badass points.
Yeah, it for sure does.
I don't know if it makes you more attractive, but it makes you more badass. What else? What else do you look for?
Quad size. How big are your
Quad
legs?
size.
Like you got some. Cause I mean, think about in the instance of wrestling someone or hand-to-hand, like MMA, I'm thinking MMA in a street fight. That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to. If you got some small quads, I'm throwing you. Because you're not going to be able to push against me or fight back. You're going to get thrown.
If it's a pencil leg, I agree. Like if he's only built up top and he's got some absolute pencil legs, I can kick his ass, I feel like.
Or some like below average legs.
Yeah.
Or just smaller than mine.
No, small. Bro, you have some. You squat. How much do you squat?
A lot.
What do you squat?
We'll say 585.
585. What's your best set of 5 on squats?
My best set of 5, I just hit it, 530.
530
Huge.
for 5 is nuts.
Huge lifetime PR right there. I've wanted that for a minute.
Okay, bro. So you need to look at some kickboxers because there are some kickboxers out there with some pencil legs who will kick you in the fucking head. Those Thai guys?
But can they squat 530 for 5?
No, but they can kick your brains out.
They're fast.
They're very fast. They have enough quad muscle. Yep, I think traps, neck size, maybe forearms to a degree. They got to have some kind of leg muscle. I would say actually glutes. I feel like glutes are honestly glutes are an underrated metric for like athleticism. If you see a dude with some glutes, I at least feel like he's got potential to like sprint.
Yeah.
There are zero like NFL football players that don't have some big glutes, you know, because it's the hinge of your body.
And what shoes are you wearing? That's a big thing, I feel like.
Really,
I feel like if you're wearing some like...
if you're wearing Birkenstocks, you're probably getting fucked up.
I agree.
Flip flops, getting fucked up.
Yep.
However, there are also some kickboxers that will be walking around the grocery store in flip flops.
See, I'll take my chances.
Really?
Well, I think if your toes out flip flops, you don't care. But if
Getting
you're like
fucked up.
socks and sandals or Birks, probably get fucked up.
Huh?
Well, if you're in some ones that are tied, like Jordans that are tied,
Okay.
whooping your ass.
Really?
If they're not tied, I'm gonna look at the next step.
What?
No one ties their Jordans at no ball. But if they're tied, you're getting fucked up. That's a big indicator.
No, bro.
Yeah.
People who tie their shoes universally are going to be better at everything.
Except Jordans.
No, doesn't matter.
What about if you're wearing Hokas? What are you thinking?
Hokas? Yeah.
You're whooping
Tied
their ass?
versus untied?
No,
I mean, Hokas at least have good cardio. Their cardio's
a
decent.
Marab, you're gonna go 5 rounds.
Okay.
So, fun fact: we recorded this pod twice. First time didn't save,
Mm-hmm.
but we talked about the business. I thought it was interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess let's start off with what is Forge to you?
Ooh. I don't know. A lot of things. Forge is obviously like,
I mean, it's a badass gym. You guys seen it? It's sick. But what is it to you?
I think first and foremost, it's a personal project. So the thing that I like about entrepreneurship the most is I feel like it's the best vehicle of self-development. If I was just trying to make the most money as possible, like right now, I think that there's probably other things that I've done that could make more money. Like, I made more money in sales when I was selling cars. I've made more money. But I do feel like the cool thing about entrepreneurship is like you cannot grow until you develop personally in a certain way.
Yeah.
And so that's what's like more fun, and that's like something that I like to do. I get a lot of fulfillment out of like feeling that I'm improving a lot.
Like you're growing as a person almost with
Exactly.
with the business.
So like, for example, I didn't want to be on camera for a long time. I didn't want to do social media. I didn't want to do ads. And so I kind of kicked that can down the road, and I stalled because I would not do as much marketing as I should, you know? And so I had to like swallow that about myself and be like, fuck, I guess I need to do this in order to grow to the next level. And now I don't really give a shit, you know? So I had to like grow past that little snag in order to get to the next thing. And I think a lot of people in their careers, they kind of like rest on their laurels for like their whole life. Like they might become whatever they become, like a lawyer or something. And once they've gotten good at that, they just kind of repeat the same shit for the next 30 years, you know? But you can't get to the next level in entrepreneurship without developing. So that's the coolest part about it for me. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't give a shit. I'd probably go do something else. But I also do love like the people component. So like the community, that definitely keeps me going a lot of the time, because if I was stuck in an office or a cubicle all the time, that would suck. That would fucking suck.
You'd probably be small right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's easier or harder to not own a gym.
I bet it's actually easier.
To own a gym? To stay fit?
To not own it. I bet if you don't own a gym, I bet it's easier. Because I feel like, I mean, I've worked here for 3 months. I don't want to train here after I'm done. Like we finish here, I'm like, I don't want to be here.
That's super real.
Like I'll go to the Y or something to go hit some arms. Just because like it's work and life and separate it. During the summer is going to be interesting how training here goes. I'm excited though.
No, that's super true. Like the last thing, owning a gym almost ruined working out for me. And I knew that it would starting out, so I didn't really care because I expected that. But I have gone 2, 3, 4 years probably at a time without enjoying a single workout. And it's just like, okay, you get to the end of the day, you've been here all fucking day long, and you still have to train for 2 hours.
Getting your teeth kicked in on sales, do nothing, and then...
Right. So that... I would, on the other hand, like it's convenient.
You're here.
You can just walk over and do some shit, jump on a machine and get it done. Psychologically, I would much rather like have a different place to train, but part of the game, so.
That's why you need to open up another forge on the west side.
I think so.
And that's your personal. You let select people in, you keep it sick. And then here, this is just personal training.
Just have the flavor of the week. I might do it the other way around. I think this is the environment that I like the best.
The other way around makes a lot more sense. Doing like a modern building for personal training.
Right.
That makes so much more sense.
Because the personal training people are a little bit intimidated by this environment anyway. Sometimes they get online, they're like, I looked at your gym, I'm not sure if it's for me, and it totally is. They don't realize that 90% of our people are beginners, but they just assume it's only hardcore people that squat 530 for 5.
And you got some badass pieces of equipment in here.
We do.
What's your top 3? Everything goes, 3 stay. What do you, well, no, let's not do that, but your 3 favorite pieces of equipment to use.
Just machines, or can I include like free weights?
I mean, well, I feel like that's given. You know, a rack. A rack's your favorite if we do that, but.
That's true, but I have specific preferences about my racks.
Then let's go ahead.
So like our Rogue racks, we have the 2x3 piping on the Rogue racks, as opposed to the 3x3, which is what almost every single other gym has at this point. The thing I like about the 2x3 is that when you're wider than that, it's really easy to hit the plates on the side.
It is.
When you walk it out. So the 2x3 I feel like is the absolute best width for benching, squatting. So that's why we have 6 of those. I like the 2x3 the best. I also love the combo racks, like benching out of a Rogue combo rack is my favorite place to bench ever. Especially with the fat pad. I know you don't like the Rogue. You don't like the Rogue bench?
I don't like the Rogue rack in general, the combo.
You feel like it's overbuilt?
So we've talked about this. I think it's over-constructed. I think it's bulkier than it should be. I just feel like nothing's smooth on it. Everything's, which yours are a little...
beat up.
Yeah, they're old. But I just don't feel like anything's smooth anymore.
That's true.
And I feel like in other brands like TSS, Ghost, I feel like everything's just... I feel like it's machined better and it just works better.
Yeah, I think ours are just beat to shit right now.
I also
probably just need some new ones.
Yeah.
And then probably right now I do like the pec deck a lot, the Arsenal pec deck, just because I feel like the strength curve on it's really good. It feels like it's right the whole way. Massive stretch at the end, and I think that I made a lot of progress with chest when I started using it. So That always gives you a good relationship with the machine when you feel like you actually built
Yeah.
something on that machine.
And that's why my favorite is belt squat.
Really?
Because that belt squat blew my RDLs up.
I forgot about the belt squat. You mean belt squat specifically for RDLs or for squatting?
It's just a great machine. It does
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Like curls, my favorite thing to do on it. RDLs, the belt squat itself.
Yeah.
Rows I've never seen anyone doing rows on it. Amazing. The
Really?
best stretch.
I love it for squats, but I feel like you feel the belt squat more in your glutes. Maybe it's because of how I do it. I do kind of a wide
Yeah.
stance.
Which
But
all
yeah.
it is it's a cable machine that's plate loaded. But like a normal cable machine, if you do rows or anything, you're pulling at an angle from the cable. The belt squat, everything's up and down perfectly.
It's not, though.
Is it not?
No. People think that it is, but because it's attached to your waist and your waist goes back when you squat, the weight actually comes back towards your heels as you squat down.
Really?
So that's why it feels a little bit awkward unless you have like a counterbalance or if you squat at like kind of an angle. So you almost like lean back into it a little bit. So you have to adjust your angle a little bit. I don't think it's a bad thing.
What if you do like rows on it? Like bent over rows? Is it weighted perfectly up and down?
With rows, it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not with the squat.
That's why I
And
love
that's
it.
because the cable is pulling your hips back when you sit backwards.
It's a great
So-
machine.
Yeah, super dope. I get a better leg pump on the belt squat than I think any other machine.
I agree. That's a good take.
Yeah.
Except the hack squat.
You get a better pump on the hack squat?
I feel better after hack. I feel like I produced more torn fibers after using the hack squat than the belt squat for the same
Interesting.
intensity of workout.
I know what you mean though, because I feel like the hack squat, you feel like you're about to fail on it, and you can, for some reason, it just lets you grind out like 4 or 5 more reps.
And I feel like you can really train.
You just like beat the shit out of your legs with
You
it.
feel your fibers separating, I swear. Like I
Yeah.
can see them separating.
Yeah.
But that's a sick machine.
You can push so hard on that thing. I think it's because it's like it doesn't come down. Or obviously it does come down.
Yeah.
But if you can get it up just a hair, then it will stick. Then it's like you can keep it there. And
think
then you
it's
can get
'cause-
it up another hair and keep it there. So it allows you to just get those fucking grinders at the end.
I think it's the angle of it.
Might be.
I think if it was any more up,
Yeah.
it would go back down, but I think it's at a perfect angle
Yes.
and it's new.
I think that's what it is too, because like with the squat, it's like you've got it or you don't got it
Yeah.
almost. Most people don't have like insane grinders on squats, like rep after
Like
rep.
your average person doesn't. I would agree.
Right. But even in powerlifting, I feel like grinders on squat are much more rare than a grinder on deadlift, for example.
I also think that's like a mental thing. Like you have weight on your back bringing you out. I think you feel different in squats. You either fail forward, you fail back. I feel like it's very rare you just fail a squat upright. But I think if you can keep a squat upright, you can grind it pretty well. I mean, if I fail a squat, I fail forwards.
It does take a lot of, it takes a lot of experience and technique to really have a good grinder on
Yeah.
squat. But if you have one good grinder on squat, you're not getting 2 more.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You're getting one.
But if you have a grinder on hack squat, you might have 3, 4 more.
Yeah. Goated machine.
I think you're right. It's the angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your lat pull down. I don't know what it is about the Rogue lat pull down, but it's just better.
Really?
It just feels good.
See, I don't love the Rogue lat pull down.
Really.
I like that it's so heavy. I like the setup on it. I like the angle on it and everything.
The
one
bands.
thing I don't like about it is the runners get gunky, and it doesn't feel as smooth. That's the only thing I don't like about it.
I remember when it did that really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't trained it very much, so. But I remember when it used to do that.
It gets serviced more frequently now, so maybe it's better now.
But yeah, you got some cool equipment.
We need to get some new stuff.
What's your list? What's your
Probably,
In order.
probably the Atlantis
Smith
machine, yeah. Which I keep putting off because I just don't want to buy it. And we just had a whole bunch of rent to pay, so.
I think we need 2 good push movements machines.
I've never used like a standing press. Is that what you're talking about?
No. It was
You mean like a Viking press?
in take 1 it was, but I kind of looked into it. I wouldn't want one of those. I would never use it.
I don't think hardly anybody would use it.
I think that a good incline press. Or maybe
Incline
an
press
adjustable
machine?
One. An adjustable one maybe. I think they make them. They for sure do, actually.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I'd rather have an assisted pull-up and dip machine.
See, bands. I would rather bands.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't like bands because they're too easy at the bottom and too hard at the top.
That's the exact reason I like bands, because it makes it hard at the top. And then you really go through a strength curve that's easily corrected later.
Bands are fine. I just feel like an even strength curve would be better for most people. But you can definitely do without. What's another machine we should get?
Lat pullover.
That would be cool. Lat pullover would be nice.
A lat pullover, or like the new row. Atlantis, where you're laying over and you're rowing it, and it's single arm and it's like on gliders.
Oh,
it's like a hack squat but a row.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. I think that's Panada.
Yes, there's the red, right? Yeah, Panada.
That thing's got to be.
It's $4,000. I checked.
Oh, that's not bad.
I think it's 4 no customizations. But when we start adding like
that big ass one is adjustable. The Panada Total Back.
Oh no, I was looking at the one that wasn't adjustable.
Oh, okay.
Just the one that's a 45-degree row.
We have a lot of back stuff.
Do we?
We've got the Seal row. We've got the Legend chest supported row. Although what I really want is the Mega Mass.
Yes, that Mega Mass thing is cool.
The Mega Mass chest supported row.
And no one uses the Seal row.
They don't, because it sucks. I hate to say that, but fuck the Seal row. Some people love the Seal row.
There's bite marks on it. On the pad.
That is enraging.
Have I told you that story?
I think you did tell me last time. There was some kid who was like...
Well, we were working in with each other.
Oh.
And
are they permanent bite marks, or were they just bite marked like at that moment?
I haven't checked. I'm assuming they were temporary and they reformed over time.
Yeah.
But it was my set, and I like sat down and I looked down, and there's just a big mouth mark in the middle of the pad.
God damn it.
And it was like 2 a.m. It was one of those 2 a.m. workouts where you don't know who's in here.
This is why I love buying $5,000 pieces of equipment, so people can just chew on them.
The Seal row was $5,000?
No.
Oh, okay.
The Seal row was probably, it was at least $2,000, I'm sure.
Really? That thing
Probably.
seems like a waste of money for $2,000.
I've wasted a lot of money.
I feel like you can make it for less.
Oh, you for sure can, but you have to make it. And then the bar is cool. Like the cambered bar is nice.
It is cool.
But I think I would rather do like a 45-degree chest supported row with the cambered bar.
Yeah.
I think that would feel better. The parallel.
45-degree chest supported bar with a camber. How does that work?
Because you just pull up right there.
Would you need a cambered bar?
I mean, dumbbells is fine too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But if you don't want to use dumbbells, big dumbbells can be kind of bulky for doing a chest supported row.
Never seen someone use that bar for anything else, but I kind of like to.
It's a good idea.
If you squat in it, that'd be nasty.
I don't think so. I think it's going to have too much flex because it's kind of a thinner bar. You can try it.
I'm okay.
What's your favorite specialty bar?
For
anything. Cadillac bar.
Kabuki Cadillac bar for bench.
Really? Same.
And I like that 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
Yep, that one's nice.
That's one of my favorite. That might be.
Ooh.
It's one of my favorite pieces of equipment for sure.
I take it back. The Kabuki Transformer bar on the goblet squat setting.
Really?
Yep. Banging out like a set of 25, 30 on that thing. I would argue is better than the hack squat at sometimes.
Damn.
That thing is nice, and you can really push it. Because with like the Transformer bar, you can kind of like, as you're failing, you can kind of move the weight to change where it's at on your body and finish it up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my favorite bar.
I do like SSB in general.
Yeah. I think more people should do it. I think more people who aren't strength athletes should do SSB. I think it's the best variant of squats. That's not a back squat.
I agree. I think SSB is super underrated. It doesn't beat up your wrists. It doesn't beat up your shoulders or elbows like a low bar back squat does. It's easier to learn. Almost everybody finds it easier to squat lower using an SSB bar. Like if I have a beginner use an SSB bar, they can immediately go ass to grass most of the time because it doesn't require as much like hip mobility.
No knee pain at all.
Yeah, your knees don't travel forward as much with an SSB bar. So,
and like let's say right scenario, you have a 70-year-old athlete, or not athlete, sorry, 70-year-old client.
Yeah.
Have her do some half field squats with it. Like hold on to the rack. You don't need hands.
Exactly.
It's a great thing. I wish it was used more often.
Yeah. I think a lot of people just are intimidated by it if they're not familiar.
It's big and it's bulky.
It's a big bulky thing.
And you're like inside it. Like you become a part of the bar.
You become a part of the bar.
The Duffalo bar is cool too. I want to use it more.
I like squatting with the Duffalo bar, but that's it.
I've never used it for a squat, only benched, and I didn't love it.
Really? Yeah, I don't love it for bench either.
It hurt my elbows.
I think it's best for low bar squat.
I'm gonna
It
try
like
it.
hugs the shit out of your back.
I've been experimenting with low bar.
You don't squat low bar?
I squat high bar. I'm a very high bar too.
Really?
Yep.
You squat high bar 530 for
Yep.
5? That's nuts.
It is,
That's pretty dope.
I know, it's sick. Now imagine when I switch to low bar, this block, I think this block is my like transformation block. Probably doing a little bit of both, and the next block I'll be full low bar.
So do you think everybody is stronger with low bar, or do you think it's person to person?
I really think it's person to person, and a lot of people don't agree. A lot of people claim that low bar is the best because scientifically you're using more muscles. You're not as much.
You have a
strain.
lower point of leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scientifically, it's easier.
Yeah.
But
some people just seem to do high bar better.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I struggle to hit depth with low bar.
Yeah.
And if I can't figure that out, then I can't switch.
Right.
But
High bar is objectively cooler.
I agree. It looks cooler.
It looks fucking cooler. Some super low bar squats, especially if they have long femurs, just look ugly as shit.
Yeah.
And looking cool is the most important thing.
Also, I have really a big upper back, and I use it like I have a really nicely made shelf for high bar. And I could kind of just use it to my advantage. It's there.
Yeah.
I made it on accident at some point. I think wrestling did that.
Yeah.
Because you have to build that upper back from wrestling.
For sure.
So I just use what I'm given.
What do you feel like is the most impressive unconventional lift? Like not a lift that people are competitive in, but you see somebody who just does like an insane whatever, lunge, front squat, dumbbell, overhead press, whatever. Overhead press, anything.
I feel like you can't say overhead press because it's strongman.
Okay,
Because if we're gonna do that overhead press, but that's
Alright.
technically a strongman event.
true.
A big row. If you're rowing 3-4 wheels, that's pretty cool.
It is cool, but I feel like some people can just cheat the shit out of it.
Like a tempoed row.
Yeah.
With like 3 wheels on.
Some people can do like a barbell row with 405, but it's basically a deadlift where they threw their chest to the bar.
Yeah. See, lunges are cool and all, but I don't feel like they're the most impressive.
Bro, I disagree. When you see somebody do a lunge with like 315 or 405 even,
I feel like schools ruin that for me because they do heavy lunges.
yeah,
And then I'll see someone lunge like literally 800 pounds, but it's half-assed and it doesn't look good. And
looks terrible.
so I feel like I'm kind of almost desensitized because of that.
Yeah, no, I mean if you see a guy who's like walking lunges with control,
Yeah.
315, that's a
pretty
fucking
sick.
unit.
That is awesome. Yeah, that's a big.
I feel the same way about front squats. If somebody can front squat
See, I was
405,
gonna say Zercher. If you have like a 500 Zercher,
500 Zercher's gnarly.
I start Zerchers on Monday.
Are you gonna get a 500 Zercher?
I'm gonna do 500 on Zerchers.
Bro, I think you can. If you can squat 530 for 3,
5.
then you could probably, for 5, yeah. You can probably work up to a 500 Zercher without too much problem.
I wonder what my reps and sets on Zercher is gonna look like. And I was wrong. I thought it was replacing my deadlift. It's replacing my squats.
Pro tip on Zerchers, use a cambered bar. It's actually one of my favorite things for
Really?
Zerchers because one of the challenges with Zerchers is because it's in your elbows, the bar wants to roll forward. So when you use a cambered bar, like a bent bar, it doesn't roll anymore. So it feels a lot, you kind of hack that issue.
Yep.
You feel a lot more stable.
Do Zerchers hurt your elbows? Like, have you ever experienced like bicep pain or?
Yeah, they do, but they don't hurt worse than hook grip. I feel like hook grip hurts worse than Zerchers do.
See, I hook grip once in a blue moon. I mean, I'm a switch puller.
Yeah.
I'm stronger that way. But I don't get the whole hook